everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Caitlin and I'm here with another Fit Food Fact Friday, except that it's not Friday because I have been so busy, and also I keep recording these videos immediately after getting a spray tan. I didn't actually get a spray tan, I did it myself, and the way that I look right now, I can already tell it's probably going to look like a piece of shit. Today we're going to talk about proteins. So this isn't food specific, this is just about why we eat proteins, because it is way more than just like bulking up. Because when I think of like a lot of protein, I do think of lean muscle. I'm not saying I said bulk, but I meant like big muscles. But yeah, protein does help you build lean muscle for sure. You do need it, but that is just literally one thing, and there are so many. You need protein for so many processes of your body you would have no idea. Have like a fancy intro or anything like that. I mean, I would love to, but I just can't. I can't see spending money on a program for YouTube when I have like 4 people that watch my videos, and really I'm just doing this for me and my knowledge and to put it out there for you, because I don't know why nutrition isn't a course that we all need to take like in high school. But that's ridiculous because it actually matters for your life. And I also just think about like if you're trying to diet, for lack of a better word, and eat healthier foods, it really helps to know the function of all these things and like how they're there. It's really sciencey and it's really complicated and it's really tough, but I hope that I can share this with you in a way that's relatable and that you can maybe just understand the process of food a little bit better. So I want to put a quick disclaimer out there that just because we're focusing on proteins today doesn't mean that everything else that we've already talked about and that we're going to talk about isn't just as important, because it is. That's why everybody that I know and this textbook about nutrition is balance is key. So let's talk about why protein is important. Number one, you need it for structure/function. A huge one that really surprised me was it helps replace your dead skin cells. Things like collagen and keratin, those are all protein enzymes that are really important to the processes of your skin, hair, nails, you know the drill, all those things. It's also really important for immune function, which really surprised me. So creating antibodies to fight off bacteria, disease, everything like that, super important and comes from proteins. Also, enzymes come from proteins, and basically those help speed up chemical processes that you need for your body. Digestion is a huge example of that, and we are going to talk about digestion in another video, but that is what it is. But yeah, an enzyme just helps with the chemical process, which is digestion in your belly, but it actually starts in your salivary glands. So there's that. And then hormones, believe it or not. An example of this is insulin. Insulin is a protein enzyme, and you need it to regulate your blood glucose levels. More than just insulin, that's just the one hemoglobin that makes your blood red. It's in your blood, it's in your pH, it's in everything, which brings me to my next thing, which is pH balance. And I'm going to just say / body fluid balance, because you need it for everything, but I'm just really going to talk about your blood pH balance, because this is something that I really didn't know, and it's actually really important. So the pH in your blood is a very specific number, and it cannot vary. So proteins basically give off enzymes that help pick up extra hydrogen. I literally almost just said heroin. What? Okay. It does pick up extra hydrogen atoms. And those are called buffers that do that. It also helps with transport functions, so taking things where they need to be in your body. It doesn't just start there. It starts in your mouth, goes through your esophagus, yada, 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 the whole entire thing. Your esophagus? Did I say that right? I think so. And proteins can basically help nutrients cross protein channels, and it can make channels for everything to flow through, so it's really important in getting your nutrients where it needs to go. It also helps lipids, which we already talked about. We already talked about how you need fats to transport, to actually like take in certain vitamins and minerals, and you also need protein to get it to where it's going to go. So like the fat soluble, it really helps, but you do need proteins to create those protein channels as well. So protein is just as important in that process. Another thing is it is a source of energy. I feel like everybody knows that, but here's the thing about that is like your body really doesn't want to use it for energy. It really wants to use carbs and fats for that. So that's why I keep saying that it's so important to balance out your diet, because if your body has to use proteins for energy, you're wasting it. It can't use it for other processes, and then what happens is your body starts to break off tissues like muscle tissue and organ tissue to use it for protein synthesis because it's not getting in enough protein. So really when you're taking in protein, your body wants it for different processes. It really doesn't want it for energy. And the thing is that you can actually take in too much protein, and when you do that, it is stored as glucose or glucagon. How do you say that word? You can take in too much protein and your body will store it as fat. So there is a fine balance. You definitely need enough, but you don't want to be eating so much protein that your body doesn't have anything to do with it except for store it as fat. So when it comes to figuring out how much protein you should be eating, basically, I mean, everything has like a scale kind of from like 1 to 10, and it varies depending on like, you know, what you're looking for in your body and things like that. But the absolute minimum of protein in your diet is 10%. So we already talked about in fats how you're looking for just about 20 to 35% of your daily calories should be from fat. For not for protein. For carbs, it goes from 45 to 65%, so it's pretty high in carbs. And then that leaves about 10 to 35% protein. So you can interchange those. Obviously, it has to equal 100%, and that's like what you're trying to go for. But in MyFitnessPal, even if you don't pay for it, you are able to, you know, make your own percentages, which is cool. If you don't like percentages because they're kind of confusing, basically it's for women, it's like 46 grams of protein are recommended a day. I do find that to be kind of low. Like if you're active, you probably do need a little bit more. But yeah, you can play with those percentages. You just don't want an overwhelming amount because, like I said, your body won't use it. A huge thing that's associated with protein is, will consuming more protein help me build more muscle? And the answer is no, because like I said before, your body, it doesn't just take it and give it right to your muscles. It takes it and it stores it as glucose. I am having a problem with words. When I think of protein sources, I think the number one thing that comes to most people's mind is meat. Whenever you have like a piece of meat, you're probably looking at like 15 to 20 grams of protein, which is a lot. But in that meat, you're also looking at kind of a lot of cholesterol, which you do need cholesterol for your diet, but you don't need a lot. And it's like one of those things that, you know, has gotten a really bad reputation for building up in the system, because if you're not eating enough vegetables with your meats and things like that, your cholesterol is going to build up. Like that will happen. Broccoli has protein in it, corn has protein in it, beans has 15 grams of protein, lentils has 18 grams of protein. So there are definitely other ways besides meat. If you love meat, you love chicken, turkey, great, keep eating it. I'm not saying anything like that. There are other ways to get your protein in. So like if you are a vegetarian, there are benefits to that. It's significantly later. It's dark outside. Sorry about this horrible grainy video, but I realized I didn't have time today. I was like so frustrated. I like couldn't get my words out when I was recording this video, and yeah, I kind of bailed. Yeah, that's my spiel about protein. I hope that you learned something, and just really keep in mind and remember that there are no quick fixes to losing weight. There is no magic pill you can take. It's really all about balance in your diet, heating. Okay, words are not any better 9 hours later. But it's all about eating balanced, healthy foods, trying to stay away from processed foods as much as you can. I hope that you could learn something, take something for your nutrition repertoire from this video, and hopefully next time I won't be tan and I won't be on the struggle bus. And maybe I'll see you then. Bye. Everything like that. Colin.